Welcome back. Today we are going to look at another spoken word video. Last time I did the meaning of life, and this is the same guy. This is another video. It's older, but I think the message still makes a lot of sense, and I'll be making my comments as we go through the video. So let's just dive into it.
You know, something must be wrong when almost every single song has sex as its basis. When rap stars get famous after making lyrics that are shameless. When a woman is expected to sleep with a man who doesn't even know what her name is. And when artists are paid to degrade the very woman that have made them. To the point they are nothing more than pieces of plastic that we can dispose of once they are no longer attractive. It's sickening and sadistic that this world's become so misogynistic. And you can call me unrealistic, but just listen to the statistics. 7 in 10 men view porn, while over 75 million are addicted.
75 million. I think the statistics must be higher now, because as I said, this is something like is it 6 or 7 years ago? I'm not sure, but it's around. This video is around that old. I think it's higher than that, given that nowadays more people have handheld devices that can connect to the internet. I think the figure must be much higher, because I think the demographics of 5 years ago are so much different from what we have right now.
68 million requests a day for pornographic pictures, making 1 in 4 searches sexually related. It's like nobody even knew she existed until she got naked, degraded and abused over and over again just to gain millions of views. It's a shame we've subdued to a definition of beauty which is so misconstrued. As we judge each other's looks off of Facebook likes, Instagram pictures to filter off what we really look like. See, we are so obsessed with our outside, we have slowly lost sight of who we really are.
Yeah, I would agree with him that most people, even when they are posting anything online, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, they are so insecure about how people will react to whatever they post, whether it's a short video, whether it's pictures. So many people are so, as he said, the outward look about how other people see you. That is what most people are more worried about than their real self, about who they are. They would rather fake it so that they can create another character that is, is more accepted, in quotes, by the people who view it.
In real life. I mean, it's sad to see so many teens lose their self-esteem. Looking at these magazines thinking they have to look like what they see. Please, you are worth much more than a 2D image on a screen. You are a living, breathing human being. If only you knew what you really mean. Just look into your history books and begin to read of all the girls in the world who are capable to achieve, and you will surely see with certainty females like Fatima al-Fihri, who opened the first ever university, Rufaida al-Islamiyya, the first nurse to perform surgery, and Aisha bint Abi Bakr, the greatest female scholar in eternity. It's a shame you probably haven't even heard of these great female prodigies. Honestly, we don't need to give up our modesty in order to be successful.
Yeah, as he said, most people don't actually even know some of the women he's mentioning. Most people just know about actresses, songwriters, singers. Those are the kind of people, especially the younger people, are looking up to as their role models. But other people who did such great things, no one even cares. I would say, of course, there's a generational gap. We can't expect that because at the same time, as much as I like to criticize, I don't like, bashing technology and having all this advance in technology. So at the same time, you have to be balanced. If you just take what you see online and then that is what you are always obsessing about, then I think there is some balance that is lost.
You are worth much more than a commodity that is sexual. You have so much more potential if only you knew your worth. You could be like the greatest of all women to have walked this earth, like Mary, the mother of Jesus, chosen by Allah to be an example for the believers, a woman who stood strong even when she was abused, falsely accused and ridiculed for things she'd never ever do, so it didn't really matter when there was nobody else beside her, for she knew that God was Ar-Razzaq and her ultimate provider, and she had a trust in Him alone.
Even, I would like to say something about that. For Mary, the mother of Jesus, even for most people, even the religious people, both Christians and Muslims, if you ask them, most of them don't know that there's another bigger story. As he said, all those qualities and all that there's a bigger story about Mary than just being the son of Jesus, the mother of Jesus. Sorry, most people will not have any other information, and as I said last time, what you need to get for you to get this information, you must read, you must go through a lot of you must search a lot of these things to get the information. Otherwise, you'll have just the vague, the generic, knowledge about these kind of things.
Just like Asiya, the wife of Fir'aun, a woman who was brave and courageous, stood up for what was right and didn't let anybody change this. A woman who was fearless and laughed in the face of death, for she gave up the riches of this life for a palace in the next. Next up, Khadija, the mother of the believers, a wealthy merchant who had nurtured the Prophet for over 25 years, his first wife, the love of his life, and the mother of his kids. She was the first to believe in him when nobody else ever did. She just is, beyond any words that can make you understand. So much so that even Allah sent her His salam. She was grand and Allah assured her, just like her daughter, Fatima, the master of all women in paradise, a woman who would shine so bright she was nicknamed as Zahra, the splendid one with the most generous of hearts, a woman who gave up so much of her food she had no choice but to fast. She would fight on behalf of her father even as a little girl. And such are the examples of the greatest woman in the entire world. And it had nothing to do with how they looked, but for who they truly were. So ignore the standard of success.
So I think, as he has said, those are some few examples, but I believe there are more, and not only in the Quran, also in the history of the world. The whole world. I believe there are so many women who did great things who are not as much recognized as they should be. But either way, this kind of spoken word, it gives you something to think about, and it aspires you to find out more. And this guy, he does some great videos, but let's first of all see the ending of this.
Success defined by society, when God has said that the best of mankind are those who have piety, regardless of your shape, your color, or your race. For God does not look at your bodies, nor does He look at your face. Rather, He looks towards your heart and checks your faith. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the people say or who they think you are, when you could be like the greatest of all women in the eyes of Allah.
Wow, that was a very good video. As I said, it gives you a lot. It is just only 5 minutes, but it gives you a lot to think about, especially with what is happening in the world. As I said, especially the younger people, how they are growing up, the younger girls, as they, some of these values have been completely lost due to, as I said, we are in another age, and looking at some of these things, they help you to get off the, all these, as he said, there are a lot of things that are on the internet that are, negative, or they cannot help you in a positive way to change your life. So that's the video for today. Remember to subscribe, click the like button, and till next time, stay safe. Thank you.
Please smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more fun videos.